Rising this morning, grand rising to everyone. Come on, y'all come on in here. Y'all know we got some serious business to deal with this morning. What I'm going to do is, if you've ever been to the morning mental, you know how we do. I want y'all to understand that we have a huge audience this morning. We got a lot of other people who first time they're going to come in here like you did. Remember one time you too were skeptical. But if they have any peace of a mind, they'll sit here and they'll begin to realize that this is exactly where they need to be instead of being in the slave master's church. You see, they're not going to talk to you about what's really going on, and they damn sure not going to do nothing about it. So we welcome all the mayonnaise people that done slid up in the pro-black page early this morning. We about to get it started right here because we got some things that are pressing on us this morning. And some people say when you don't have none good to say, thanks, brother. We good? Thank you. No. Grand rising to you. Grand rising to you. Grand rising to you too. Grand rising. We up on this Sunday morning. Some of y'all not up. Some of y'all just physically up, but you're not mentally up. But I'm up. And my, what an interesting time we live in. Is that not right, people? Good morning. Somebody said good morning. You know, maybe sometime I ought to teach a class on the people who get hung up in the difference between mourning when you're mourning the death of someone and the morning, which is the end of the night, when the morning and the night were the first day. Two different types of mourning. People like to convolute those together and say, oh, you can't say good morning because you're saying hello to someone you can't have, there's nothing good about someone died. Shut up. Stop that. Stop spreading that foolishness. The morning is the end of the night, but the mourning of the death, of the loss of someone, is a completely different meaning and a completely different word. So if you're saying good morning, like good morning that someone died, you really need to go back and take an English class. I'm sorry. We're not going to do that. We don't do that up in here. Anyway, I want to start off by first addressing the fact that, listen, y'all. Okay, listen, I know everybody, big shout out to all the people around the world that's tuned in. I see you out there, UK. I see you, Australia. I see you, I see everybody, Morocco, Barcelona, tuned in. I see you. Everyone, New Zealand up in here. Okay, New Zealand up in here. And all the brothers behind the walls, y'all know y'all right here with us. I got to say, grand rising shout out to all of y'all. I got to deal with some things first off this morning. I told y'all that this wasn't going to stop. But I also have been telling you to get yourself prepared. And y'all just sitting back like this is entertainment. There's some people walking around with their head in the sand. There are some people. Hold on, wait a minute. I see they want to call the roll over here. Y'all know we family. Now, see, this is the part where I'm going to lose some people. See, I got a lot of family up in here from the Black Nation today. So let's go ahead and get it done right now. Go ahead and type in where you represent from right now. Right now. I'm just looking. I'm going to call out the names. We're going to call the roll. Y'all hold on. I got to recognize the elected, chosen, the righteous that done pulled up, and then they waving their flags, and then they blow. Milwaukee is checking in. I see Milwaukee. Big shout out to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, holding it down. Hold on, wait a minute. We got Rex, Georgia is in the house. The Big Apple, New York, just rolled up in here. Charlotte, North Carolina, the ATL, multiple shots fired. ATL. Orlando is in the house. Chirac is up in here. Northern VA and the DMV just checked in. Chester, Virginia, all down near Hopewell. I hear you. Okay, Pennsylvania. All up in here. That's Philly, Pittsburgh, up in here, North Cackalack, North Carolina. Jamaica is in here, the whole island. Boston, Massachusetts is stomping through here. New Orleans in the 504. New Orleans, I hear you all day long. Nashville, Tennessee, checking in. New Jerusalem, checking in. Lancaster, California. Norfolk, VA, I hear you. I see Jamaica again. Cleveland is in the building this morning. Y'all make room for them. They are in here, Memphis, Tennessee. Just pulled up, walked in, picked up a seat right next to Kansas City, Missouri, Texas. The big T, don't mess with Texas, just pulled up in here. Manchester, United Kingdom, just checked in from the other side of the globe. Where are you checking in from this morning? Baton Rouge, see you soon. New Jerusalem in the house. Peace from Wisconsin. I know this. This is what I'm talking about. These are your brothers and your sister. The Lou is up in here. New York on the 347. Check in with the Big Apple. Miami, the 305 is in the building. Y'all know they had to come through. Sweden, I see you all day long. Was good talking to you. VA is in the house. Where else are you people checking in from this morning? I'm going to give you some shine. Michigan in the building all day long. Tampa, Florida, North Cackalack in here. The whole black family is together. The Bay Area just checked in, and they brought Detroit with them. I see all my dirty South, GA Deep up in here representing the NYC again, ATL again, New Jerusalem again, Connecticut, Rhode Island up in here, B More up in here. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Arizona just checked in, y'all. Louisville just stood up. All eyes still on breathe, the RVA. See, I got the whole family in here. Akron, Ohio, LV, Vegas is in here. Delaware, Birmingham. See, y'all see, this is how big the family is. You can't stop what can't be stopped. People are tired. People are ready to stand up. The people, it's not one person. It's not just a group over there. It's not just happening in your town. It's not just happening in Raleigh. It's not just happening in Philly. It's just not happening in the UK, in London. It's not just happening in Ohio. Indiana ain't got it on lock. It's happening everywhere. So people everywhere this morning is standing up. Even Hawaii done stepped up in here all the way 8 hours outside of LAX. The Virgin Islands done creeped up in here. I'm trying to tell y'all that there's one black nation and it's not confined to any one island or any one continent. We are a global people, and you are seeing the unity, and this is what they want to stop. This is their nightmare. They want to think they got you contained. Mississippi, M.I., crooked letter I, humpback I. Y'all know the song. They just rolled up in here too. CT, I see you sliding through here. See, the family is assembled. No, the family is not at the slave master's church. The family is right here. Now, if you're not family, I would bid you to be quiet. You see all these warriors around you. You see all these kings that done came up with their staffs and their war face on. You see all these queens that rolled up in here with their crowns on and got their capes on and got their scepters. You see all these princes and dukes and all these little princesses and future kings that done rolled up in here. The family is assembled. And the family is assembled because the family is tired. Oh, the family don't have to tell you who they tired of, because if you have to ask that question, 9 times out of 10, it's your ass that we're tired of. Now, one thing that I have learned in this process, big shout out to everybody still checking in. As electing, in the words of the immortal elect Lady Tay, we in this bitch. Check your local listings. Parental guidance is suggested. I advise you to have your kids right here and don't let them miss none of this, because all that other stuff they put in their heads is designed to separate them and make them lose track of who they are, lose their esteem, and lose the desire to fight back. Yes, sometimes you have to fight back. I sometimes wonder, I'm just going to throw this out there. As much time as I spend coming before you after they've done something, I try to imagine, is this what my presidency would have been like? Would I still be coming before you as a community, as a society, talking about we got to deal? Would I have been we got to deal with some ish president? Or would I have been a president who would have been reveling in the fact that black folks finally got what they need, so they're doing better, so the whole country's doing better, and now we can elevate as a civilization? Maybe that's where I would have wanted to have been. But looking at the way things is going right now, you know, it's like the story about the kid that had a bicycle and he wanted a better bicycle, but he treated the one that he currently had so raggedy. His mother said, "You're not going to get nothing better than this until you show me that you can take care of what you have." We want this utopian society. People dream of this kumbaya. People really want to believe in the Martin Luther King, I have a dream concept. They really want to believe. It feels good to remember we don't deal in feelings, but to them it feels good to lavish in it. They want to walk around in it. They want to wrap themselves up like a blanket in it and act like it's real. But the truth of the matter, there is no blanket, there is no cover. You out here naked and it's rough out here. Now here's the problem. The problem is it's so rough out here that if you whatever you had to protect you, we don't have that. Whatever little bit of cushion you have, we don't have that. Whatever kind of safety plan you got, we don't have that. Whatever kind of insurance or what kind of unspoken agreement, we don't have that. So it's rougher on us than it is on everybody else. But see, my grandmother used to always say, some people don't believe stink until they hit them in the face. Well, we've been hit in the face so many times. You all really haven't. That's why it's such an emergency. It's such a drama when it happens to you. But when it's happening to us, you turn a blind eye to it until we reach the breaking point. Then when we reach the breaking point and we lose a goddamn mind and start moving furniture around and start putting people's asses in the ground, now all of a sudden y'all want to act like we're the problem, when the truth of the matter is we're simply responding to what you've done to us. Don't you seem to get it? For someone that seemed to be so big on moving the women forward and addressing all of these assaults by men and the Me Too and all that bullshit, can't y'all see that we're in an abusive relationship with you and you keep whipping our ass and then turn around and got a nerve to act surprised, and then you want to give us a little bit of money and buy some flowers and shit and tell us that you sorry and we're going to pray together? That's an abusive relationship. It's a vicious cycle. Then you beat our ass again and we turn around and you tell us it's going to be okay and we're going to investigate ourselves and we're going to check it out and it's going to be okay. Meanwhile, I'm over here getting my ass handed to me on the regular and I'm getting sick of it. And eventually, when I was growing up, there was a movie. Y'all remember this movie called The Burning Bed? Y'all remember The Burning Bed? If you're too young to remember The Burning Bed, let your uncle go ahead and educate you real quick. The Burning Bed was a movie that starred a white woman, rest in peace, Farrah Fawcett. And at the time, Farrah Fawcett was like, supposed to be the epitome of the white man's definition of beauty with her little, I'm going to insult the woman. But anyway, she was supposed to be this beautiful blonde chick. And so they put her in this really jacked up movie where she was the victim of domestic abuse at the hands of her husband. But she got to the point where she had enough of him, enough of the treatment. She waited till he went to bed. The man was in the bed, sleep. She came in there, put gasoline all around the bed. My man still asleep. She went and got the lighter. Yes, she did. Ironically, during this particular movie, they had a commercial for Bic lighters, and they made a whole lot of money off of this shit. I'm telling y'all, y'all don't remember. We've been through this. She came back in there with the Bic. Remember that? Remember Flick the Bic? And she flicked the Bic and set his ass and the bed on fire. Killed the man. The man burnt up in his sleep, woke up, hot time. That was the end of his ass. Every woman in America was buying Bic lighters the next day. You couldn't go nowhere. They had jumbo packs. Your sisters coming in. Y'all got Bic lighters. Bruhs was like, bruh, you see your sister with a lighter. Get right, brother. That's how it was back then. That's how we respected our sisters. We actually feared the wrath of our women back then. Y'all acting like men was just these troglodytes. No, that's them. That's what they trying to impress on you about. Our society was not like that. That's why they hated us. They could not infiltrate our unity. We might not have had much. We might have got treated like we was less than human beings, but at least we had unity, and they couldn't break it. There was no way for them to break it. They had to find a way to get in and break up the black family unit. It was the strongest thing we had. It was the only thing that we could fall. You fought harder for family than you fought. Y'all niggas be out here in the street killing each other over dumb shit. And we sitting here like, but you won't kill nobody for your family. Okay, that went out the window. Okay, no problem. So, tired. And our unity was our strength. So that if any one of us decides to step up and do something for everybody, everybody had his back. That's the way it used to work. We didn't question who had our back. As long as somebody got up to do it, we was good with that. And we would support that person. But that's not the kind of society we are. So when they start to attack us, a lot of you all will join in with the attack as if you're doing something righteous, as if there's some award you're going to get, as if all of a sudden the people are going to like, thank you for helping us to tear down some shit that was good for us. Thank you. I'm glad that, I'm glad you're here for that, And you can imagine I was a little dismayed this morning before I get into the subject at hand, before I talk about my dear brother, Roderick Walker. Yeah, that's his name. Y'all need to know that name, Roderick Walker. Roderick Walker is a prime example of what can happen to you in America, for all of my foreign folks, of doing nothing. Completely doing nothing. I mean, it gets no more nothing than that. Matter of fact, it gets so much more, it can't get any more nothing than that. The only thing that was more nothing than that was Breonna Taylor in her home at night in bed with her dude. It don't get no more nothing than that. And you get killed. Well, bruh, man, how much more nothing to that can it be when I'm just going to turn in this rental and we're going to take a lift back to the crib? What? They don't get no more. That's not something that even if I did something like that, I wouldn't think that I need to take my gun with me because some shit might pop off and I might end up getting choked the hell out and put on the ground and beat up and almost killed by the cops just because I'm a passenger in a lift. Now riding while black. Riding while black. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. And I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna be a little transparent. Y'all gotta appreciate your bruh, right? It's your big bruh talking to you. I used to actually think that a friend of mine was a little over the top, a little bit extra, because we would be out together. And y'all know the police don't like to pull me over. Anyone who's been watching my videos for a while, you've actually seen me get pulled over by the police and they realize who it is and they get the hell on. Y'all seen that. Y'all done seen me try to get pulled over by the police with a Doberman Pinscher with the top down. Remember that? And couldn't get pulled over. Y'all remember cause I wear a body cam. They got a body cam. Hey, where you going? Come on. I want to be harassed. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember the time that I pulled myself over just so I could be safe and the police officer pulled up and tried to act like it was a traffic stop and I had to check him like, no, motherfucker, you didn't pull me over. I was already here. If you don't go ahead with that bullshit, remember I drove the fuck off. Am I being detained? No, drove off. These times we living in, y'all, this is crazy. There is so much going on right now. And my mind is racing because we're tired. But how much more nothing does it get to be riding in riding in a lift? And one of my friends, whenever we would get pulled over, this is what he would say to the police. I thought he was extra. But life has a way of showing you everything is a lesson to you. So that when this time comes, you understand how to handle it. He uses some people as an example to teach us all. That's serious business. Don't just look at things and be like, oh my God, I can't believe that happened. We've been oh my God for years. You're never going to get used to seeing this stuff. So stop acting like you are. And the day that you do get used to seeing this, when it no longer bothers you, that's when we're in trouble. The fact that so many of you all saw that video and you were so disturbed by it, the fact that that woman's screams grated against your soul and it made you get, and the ancestor blood started to boil, that means that there's still hope for us as a race. Now, our problem, as always, as I keep saying to you, as I've been saying to you, do not respond in your emotions. It's easy to trigger black people, and y'all will run off and do the wrong thing because you all caught up in your emotions. One of the qualities of a true leader is never make a decision when you're emotional. Doesn't say respect the emotion. Have room for the emotion. Let the emotion run its course, but make your decisions after the fact. Because I always say this to people and they get quiet. I know you're angry. I'm angry too. But what exactly would you like for us to do? Besides be angry with you. And most of the time people will respond and they haven't thought out the whole trail of what they're saying. They'll say things like, we need to go get them. So you want to be a vigilante squad. Okay, how's that going to work out for us? No, let's just be honest. Let's do some thinking, people. You still act, but a well thought out plan is better than making it up as you go any day of the week. I'm going to ask Black America a real question this morning, and I need you all to seriously consider the answer. Not just here on your Twitter fingers or your Instagram fingers or whatever, but in reality. Do you honestly believe that Black America is ready to go to war with the police force of America? Because if you think for 2 seconds that you are, that the entire Black nation, because that's what it's going to boil down to. And I'm just giving you the hard facts. So if you respond in your emotions, think about what's on the other side of it. You keep talking about getting everybody killed. Half that shit y'all say will get everybody killed. You got to be smarter than that. Now, this situation with this brother of ours, Roderick Walker, they got him in jail on 2 counts of battery, 2 counts of obstruction. I've seen the arrest report, but I'm waiting on some more information. I want all the information. Of course, the officers that were involved have been placed on vacation with pay while they sort things out. Interestingly enough, the sheriff, Victor Hill, said that his office became aware of this arrest video and he asked the Internal Affairs to open an investigation Friday night. And at least one of the deputies has since been placed on administrative leave. They said 1 now, they're saying it's 2. Make up your mind. But here's the problem. We don't give a damn about you doing your own internal investigation. That means nothing to us. You need to have somebody from the outside investigate this. And on top of that, your entire department, just from looking what the people say, needs to be investigated. If you have nothing to hide, Clayton County Sheriff's Department, then you would have no problem allowing the FBI and the Department of Justice and a team of concerned citizens to investigate your department. But if you are what we suspect what you are, another little cul-de-sac of that good old boy network that hasn't been erased. Once again, from the state of Georgia, I've spent so much damn time in Georgia that people think that we're from Georgia. Now that's bad, because even Malcolm said in one of his speeches, he said that this is bigger than some cracker in Georgia. That's what he said. He said it's the government. And I have to agree. You see, folks, our problem is not just what happened to Roderick Walker in Clayton County, Georgia. Our problem is the institution of policing that is allowed to continue to exist in the United States by the United States government. You have something coming up right now, a so-called selection. Oh, you call it an election. And a lot of y'all don't care. You just want to feel like you did your duty. So you're going to run out there and you're going to vote for this racist white man because he went and got this I want to be black on some days sister as the vice president. Y'all so eager to want to have something to brag about that you didn't have to put no work in, that the fact that this so-called black woman will get elected to an office of the vice presidency, y'all act like y'all did something when she ain't gonna change a damn thing. She's already proven herself to be an enemy to the people in California. What do you think she's gonna do when she gets to the office of the vice presidency? Y'all sitting there rejoicing over your own demise. This problem is bigger than what happened to the brother Roderick Walker. It's where we are right now. Either we're going to confront this as a people or just prepared to get your ass continuously handed to you as a people. Because that's what's being happening right now. Every day is somebody else. Every day. It's not just them. It's us as a people. And those of us that do stand up and try to help, try to talk, try to lead. You know what somebody told me the other day? They say, you know, the real reason I can't get behind you, Grandmaster Jay, and the real reason I can't get behind the NFAC. I said, what is that, brother? He said, it's too good to be true. It's too much what I've been waiting for. It answers all my prayers. It can't be. That's why. I said, so basically what you're sitting here telling me is you put a petition on the desk of Yahweh. You ask for something to relieve you and your people. You ask that the prophecy be fulfilled. You ask that the army of Israel stand up. You ask that the representatives of the 12 tribes begin to assemble. You ask for proof that everything you was asking for was real. You asked. And then when your blessing showed up, you said it wasn't real. So you didn't want to get behind it. Do you know how you're going to look on Judgment Day when you have to stand on the throne on Sheol and they bring the mirror down and look at your silly ass? Because that's why it says many are called and few are chosen. Y'all thought y'all was going to get out of here today without me talking to your soul. No, this ain't just about what's happening down here on the earth. Remember, yes, they took that boy and they tried to kill that boy, but they wasn't trying to kill him. They wanted to kill his soul. They wanted to remove another one of the chosen out of the ranks, because a lot of y'all don't realize the time that we living in. Oh, don't let me teach about the seventh seal. Do we have to talk about the seventh seal? Because you're living it right now. A lot of y'all don't even know that. So this brother right here got your blood boiling. Yes, it does. The video got your blood boiling. Yes, it does. Now you want to do something. Okay. I'm going to say this one more time. And I've been saying this for over 2 years. Maybe now you hear me because times have changed. Arm yourself, black people. When you see situations like what was happening to this gentleman, don't drive by and just videotape. Pull over. Get out the car. A number of you converge on the situation and make it plain. If you arresting him, then damn it, go ahead and arrest him. But if you not arresting him, we don't know what the fuck this is, and we breaking this up. Call all the backup you want. You got straps, nigga. We got straps too. We strapped up too, short. You hearing it from the horse's mouth. You don't have to get on the phone and call me. You ain't got to jump on Instagram and throw nothing in my DM. You got your folks right there. Y'all right there in the city. First of all, if everybody was strapped up, shorty, you wouldn't have to worry about calling nobody. There's enough of you to be somebody. If you saw what they was doing to that brother out there, I seen all of the videos. Where was the brothers and sisters that was going to run up and try to stop it? I'm not even going to, I understand the young lady out there videotaping it and she couldn't get involved, but there was enough other people that drove by. Y'all rather be innocent bystanders and then stand by than to jump in and get your hands dirty because you too worried, you too scared. You still suffer from what we call slave paralysis. Slave paralysis. Slave paralysis. Yes, it's a serious health condition. It's worse than COVID-19 because you don't know you got it until you find out that you don't need to have it. Most of the time when some shit pop off, you standing there with the Cheerio look. You standing there trying to get it on your phone. You doing anything but saying, hold my shit. I'll be right back. Oh, no, the hell. Bro, we going to jail together today, goddammit. Where that at? That's what needs to happen. And it needs to happen everywhere in America. Y'all still don't think that it's time to get together. Y'all still walking around talking about it's over there, it ain't over here. This shit is happening every day, somewhere. You do need a superhero, somebody can zoom around and be everywhere, because now it ain't one over here, one over here, and one over there. And that's how it started. That's everywhere you turn around, that motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? And y'all fired up? Okay. What do you need? A word of encouragement? No, 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 no. If you do not have a legal firearm by now, something is wrong with this picture. I'm not even talking to the bros who just holding heat. I can't talk to people who ain't supposed to have it. They do what they want to do. They smart too. There's a whole lot of people that ain't supposed to have that got, because there's a whole lot of people who do things that the law don't seem to apply to. But yet when one of us decide we want to stand up and do something, here y'all come with the bullshit. Let me tell you something. Big shout out to my man, Ice Cube. Cube, I read the plan. I also know that Biden and Trump reached out to you because you have a business plan. They want to get a peek at it. They want to see what you have. They don't give a damn about whether or not they want to work along. They always want to know what we up to. They always want to peep out the plan. And we get so stupid about it. We think, oh my God, it's the vice president calling. Oh, it's the president calling. So you go there, I'm going to do something for my people. No, because they want to see what you got. I wouldn't show them shit. I'll be straight up talking about, no, I'm going to show it to the brothers and sisters. We're going to figure it out. We're going to bring you what our conditions are, what we want. Like you said, ain't nobody get no political vote or no shit like that unless you agree to what we want. Don't show them the plan. That's why if y'all notice, every time I get on an interview, what's the first thing they ask me? So, how many of y'all are there? Where are you all based? When did you start? I ain't telling you shit. That's not what I'm here to talk about. Let's talk about what we about to do, not where the hell we came from. Because that's the first thing y'all try to do is assess your enemy. That's the first rule of war. You assess your enemy. My man T.I., he over there got Lloyds on the wall, muscling them down for the reparations because they grew, they insured all the slaves, right? Now, the whole time he been talking about that, nobody said nothing. I'm talking about my man was doing this thing. Everybody watching it. Some people say he's not qualified to do it. Y'all say the same thing about me. Unless you gonna stand up and do it, stop criticizing the ones that are. The door is always open. There's always room for another chair. There's another person. If you think you can do a better job than what we're doing, then please, we got a chair right here for you. Okay, but rather than appreciate the fact that brothers are finally standing up, no matter what their capabilities are, no matter where they came from in life, with the fact that we're stepping up, y'all need to understand and appreciate that. And those that's not stepping up is the ones you need to look at. Isn't it interesting that the ones that try to step up is the ones that they say are the agents or the ones that's trying to hurt you, but the ones that ain't doing shit is the ones that's trying to keep you right where you at. So you can imagine how I felt when I saw this headline this morning that T.I., all of a sudden out the blue, is charged by the Securities and Exchange Commission for cryptocurrency fraud. I'm like, wait a minute. Y'all gonna turn around and come at Tip and try to charge him with some SEC violation shit when we know there's some people right now that the SEC should lock up for taking motherfuckers' money? I'm not gonna call no names, but I found that hard to believe, so I dug into it. And it looks like they was running a whole investigation on my bro the whole time. And this was all around a business deal that he did. Okay? The brother did a business deal. There was some bullshit in the deal. Okay? But white people do business deals every day. Y'all don't investigate they shit. White people do business deals every day and we find out who cares how they paid for it, whether it's cryptocurrency, whatever. But y'all don't went and charged this man. And then you put it on breaking news. So that why? So we can forget that Tip is also pressuring Lloyd's of London about reparations for black folks. Don't y'all see how the game works? The game is not just fought in the streets. The game is fought on TV. The game is fought in the media. The game is fought on social media. The game is fought in your mind. Okay, this is a battle for your mind, not just your soul. At the same time, the black agenda, I mean, man, Cube, he pushing a contract with Black America. Now, you know, they trying to find a way to touch Cube, but they can't. They in shock that Cube spoke up and that he means it. Why? Because they don't want you to see what's really going on. For instance, how many of y'all know that 7 California sheriff's deputies got accused of falsifying reserve military orders so they can be paid for time off? Now listen to what I just said. Some police officers falsified military orders. Did y'all see how I just jumped from the police department to the military? They falsified some military orders saying that they was on duty so that they could get paid. Now you're looking at the racism that we're experiencing at the hands of the police, and you don't stop and think that there's a direct connection to the military. And y'all honestly believe that if you go to war with the police, that that's all you're going to be fighting is the police. Look who the police called out when we went down to Louisville. Who did they call out? The National Guard. Who else did they call out? Homeland Security. Who else did they call out? The Secret Service, the U.S. Marshals. They called every fucking body out. Why? That's a brotherhood. Understand what I'm saying? And they see that we're beginning to realize we're a brotherhood too. And our brotherhood is based on our melanin. And they're beginning to see that. They're like, oh, they starting to figure it out. Right. That's why, in case y'all didn't hear the part that they cut off when we was talking, having that little chat with the LMPD who was standing out there, we let them know that there were black officers out there who had already made it clear that if shit pop off, they was not going to be on your side. Melanin. Understand what I'm saying? So with this over here going on, these deputies who are falsifying military orders. Now, I'm sorry. People always want to talk about like they know about the military, but I'm sorry. I could have sworn somewhere in the Uniform Code of Military Justice, and my MCM people helped me out, that it was a crime to falsify military orders. Isn't that a federal crime? The same way, isn't it a federal crime to threaten a private citizen with an assassination or murder simply by exercising their constitutional rights to open carry and lawfully assemble? I mean, if you're a sitting U.S. congressman, isn't it against the law for you to threaten someone that you're going to kill 10 of them and their mama going to be crying? Aren't you an elected official? I'm just asking a question. It's interesting how the law applies to us, but it doesn't apply to them. But then again, sometimes it does. I have to send a major shout out to the NAACP down in Louisville, in Lafayette Parish. The president, Amarja Prasad, filed a formal complaint with the Lafayette Police Department against Congressman Clay Higgins. That's right. That charged against the police department. Yes, they done went and filed a complaint so you can be arrested and charged. The complaint is related to Higgins' September Facebook post about the unrest across the country and the rumor of armed militias coming to Lafayette, Louisiana. And of course, you all know about the brouhaha that happened behind that. Of course, 45 is trying to ignore it, but even though all of the other big people up there like Pelosi and all of them done said, that was wrong, bro. Not to mention there's an old saying, be careful what you ask for. You just might get it. And then you might find out that you can't handle it. So far be it from me to go ahead and say anything. I just wanted to let you know that the complaint was made by the NAACP and it claimed that Higgins violated LA revised statute 14.329.2, which is inciting to riot, and 14.128.1, terrorism. Yes, they said they came back and they said that they are aligning, and they said that the NAACP will not tolerate threats against citizens exercising their constitutional rights. The NAACP said in a statement that President Broussard is asking for the district attorney to file charges against Representative Clay Higgins. Now, they have until next week to answer that. It's good to see that someone else recognizes the fact that we're not breaking any goddamn laws and that we are the response. Let me show you something. Watch this. Excuse me. Let me show you how blatant the racism is in your face in this matter. The NFAC was formed for situations like what happened with Mr. Walker. That's what we were formed for. Because black people are being brutalized. You see how that works? His own people formed an organization to address shit like this. Okay, watch this. But the white militias that are speaking out loud are simply formed to go against the NFAC. Why? Because we're black. That's it. Not because of anything we said. They don't give a damn about justice for anybody. You didn't hear them ever say, we're here for justice for Breonna or justice for Mr. Walker. Like, where are they at right now? Where's the white militia? Why isn't the white militia in the streets right now, all in Clayton County? Why isn't the white militia in the streets? Where they said, you only exist to go against black people. And now that there's a target, you done lost your damn mind. If y'all can't see, we all need to get together. Not now, last week. I should be turning people away from the NFAC. I should be telling people, nah, we got enough suggestions for the million guns formation. And for all of the folks who have sent me places, thank you. Don't think that we're not reading every one of them. Some of these are some of the most ingenious recommendations I've ever seen. I have to speak on one out loud. The recommendation or the invitation from the indigenous folks of some of these Native American reservations have reached out saying, we got space for it. You can come on the reservation and have it. Their laws don't even apply up here. Bring your folks. We got room for 1 million of y'all. Come on up. That had to be probably the most interesting invitation that I've received. Other folks are coming up with other places that can hold 1 million people. But things like that, they're against that. Why? Black people can't get together to love on themselves. Why you got a problem with that? Why you got to get all upset? Why you all in our face because we said we love each other? Now, to all the people around the world who are watching this clown show unfold, I would invite you to look around because you're going to run into the exact same iterations of the exact same attitudes when you begin to move. Look at what happened with Forever Family over in the UK. Big salute. When Forever Family simply walked down the street, the Prime Minister said it was a terrifying sight. And that's all they did was walk down the damn street. So you can imagine the resistance that we're encountering, not only from them, but from our own people. And it's just like someone said, they've never seen anything like this before, or it's just too good to be true. They done gave me a whole nother life. I'm a whole nother person. I'm not, all the stuff I did in the last 8 years, nobody cares about that. They're just, I'm a Trump supporter. When I've been the most vocal against, man, it's amazing. I tried to tell y'all about him first, and then y'all saying that I'm down with the dude. That's how crazy you motherfuckers are. That's how backwards my people are. And can you imagine me going back to the white people and having a conversation saying, well, I tried to tell them about you and the motherfuckers didn't believe me. No. That's how crazy we sound. We got to do better, family. We have to do better. Now they're attacking Tip. Why? Because he's trying to get reparations? I'm pretty sure that they knew about this business, whatever he did, or if he did some cryptocurrency shit, they knew that way before then. That's the whole idea. That's why they want to label us a terrorist group. See, right now we're squeaky clean, and you niggas keep trying to push us to not be squeaky clean so they can wipe us out. And this time they'll make sure that none of you get any guns. There'll be no ammo. And anybody that gets caught getting together more than 10, trying to form anything that look like a militia, they gonna slap you down and slap you down hard. Don't y'all realize that there's no going back at this point? So you need to get on board with the program. Now, the rest of us that have been on board with the program, you know, for the last couple of days, we've been talking about the Million People City. We've been talking about the deliberation of decoration. We've been talking about this is the moving ahead. Some people are like, well, wait a minute. What about this over here? Y'all don't seem to get it. If we spend all of our energy addressing those issues, if we keep trying to put out every fire in the house, but never leave the house that's on fire, we will eventually burn up in the house. So we got to multitask. And you got to make up your mind what side you're on. Either you want to be in the trenches getting dirty, then I've told you what you need to do. But if you want to be in the head shed trying to help us plan where we're going, because this shit is not going to stop. Y'all really need to get off of the fantasy. It's not going to stop ever. You can try to wish it away. You can try to march it away. You can try to chant it away. You can slave master church play it away. You can try to do whatever. You can turn a blind eye, but it's not going to stop because you're not addressing the core issue. You want to fight the symptoms. You don't want to cure the disease. I think I've made my point. You all understand that we're in a time right now where, yes, we still need to deal with situations that happen right in front of our face. You have the ability. Stop being scared. Can't say it no plainer than that. I'm going to leave y'all on that note. This is the morning mental. Think about it. Do the right thing. NFAC, I communicate to y'all through private channels now. You know that. Everybody else, stay alert, stay alive, and don't respond out of emotion. First. Because we all catching hell down here. All of us. I'm going to see y'all later. Stay optimistic. I'll see y'all on Facts Over Feelings tonight. Wow.